afternoon. It's actually 3:30. You see the dogs in the background. Hannah's just taken some toast upstairs, so they're contemplating whether to leave me, abandon me for food, or stay here, miss out potentially on toast. But she will also shout at them when they go up there. I hope you're well today. It's a bit different today. I decided that I would do more of a little chat and a kind of a podcast today, rather than just vlog sort of all the daily stuff, because obviously we're day 21 now, so you've had 20 days of me doing pretty much what I do. I'm not sure there's anything new and exciting coming your way, so I thought I'd revisit the sustainability thing and have a chat, because we haven't talked about that much lately. It's kind of been overshadowed, hasn't it, really, by the events in the outside world, or in the world out there. So, and I'm once again, I'll point out my cough is an asthmatic cough. It's not a allergic cough. So I thought, no, we're sticking at it. I'm sticking at it. I'm not buying new, not really buying anything at all. But I haven't really done anything else super exciting. So I thought I'd have a little book review today with you from my little selection of books about living a more sustainable-ish life, sort of going back to basics, really. So the one that I've been harping on about, that I have shown you before, is this one, Timeless Simplicity. And I have since discovered that he has actually written the book, so it might be something I'll look out for on some of the secondhand book websites that we talked about. There's one called Timeless Beauty in the Arts and Everyday Life. Blah, 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 blah. Then there is The Spirit of Silence, Making Space for Creativity. And then the one that I think I like the look of is A Snake's Tale Full of Ants, Art, Ecology and Consciousness. And there's Honey drinking from the water bowl again. So a broad and optimistic view of creativity at the centre of our humanity. So there's a few there that he's written. So that might be something. I mean, there's so many things I have read in here that I've wanted to share with you. That I think, I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to read. Oh, just look at my. I'm not sure what I'm allowed to read. From a book. I wouldn't ever read loads from it, but there are one or two. Oh, here's a good one. Okay. An author by John Ruskin. The quote was, "In a shipwreck, one of the passengers fastened a belt around him with £200 of gold on it, with which he was afterwards found at the bottom of the ocean. Now, as he was sinking, did he have the gold, or had the gold him?" It's food for thought, isn't it? We talk about our own material goods, our computers, our phones and all of that, and which is the master, really, sometimes. It's a bit of a blurred line, isn't it? But it's a good book. Now, in practical terms, the other book that I am using for kind of inspiration is this one. So this is published by Dorling Kindersley, and it's kind of, the bit on the back says, "Do you dream of growing your own vegetables, making jam from freshly picked fruit, or keeping a couple of chickens? Are you and your family longing for a cleaner, greener, more wholesome life?" So remember, these are all old books. They're older than the current sort of tranche that are out there. That one I kind of look at just to get some ideas, but that's a really good one. Then we get on to the next sort of books I have that aren't so much, they're not instruction books, they're more sharing a lifestyle. Obviously, I embarked on my Sustainable-ish Lent because I believed that I wanted to live a better life with a lower carbon footprint. But I've been interested in this for many, many years. And so my book collection that I'm about to show you are all old books, but I just started, I pulled them out again, rereading them, and they're as inspirational now as they were back in the day when I bought them. So the one I've been reading today is this one. It's called The Good Life Lab, and it's by Wendy Tremaine and someone else, and I can't think, Mike, I know his name's Mike. Mike Sklar, S-K-L-A-R. But it's really their story. And this is the sort of thing I really like to read. They lived in New York, and again, I should probably check the date, shouldn't I? Some years back. Life Reimagined. Doesn't tell me at all, but that's okay. And it's how they decided to kind of go off grid and live a more sustainable life. And they went to New Mexico in the end, but they did various things. And there's things like, the illustrations are beautiful. They're really lovely. Okay, the bit I really like about this, it says, this book invites the embracing of paradoxes. It's okay to be part of the problems and part of the solutions at the same time. Cultivating awareness of what constitutes an inspiring, sustaining, meaningful choice is the goal. The more aware we become of the ways in which even the smallest decisions affect our own health and the health of those around us, the more empowered, connective, and intuitive we really are. So that's the kind of book this is. It's about sharing their knowledge and the things they discovered. They do some fairly radical things, but there's also some really interesting things in there. So I would commend that one to you if you're looking to read that sort of book. Similarly, this one, Radical Simplicity, this is a bit more radical, really, where he really does sort of turn his back on modern society, but he seeks to create what he calls an authentic life. So again, another really interesting story there. The other one that I read that is a great one, and this is from Australia, and again, this one has recipes and ideas and practical suggestions in it, and it's called Living the Good Life. So changing your life, changing the world from your own backyard. And that's great because they have kids and they have, what you might call a normal life, and it's their story. I've got a few others, but I won't go on about those. But really, that's my fringe, my haircut. So the next bit I wanted to share with you is that I have bought some more seeds. So I popped out to our local garden centre this morning, and I managed to find a stand with some organic seeds. I prefer to buy organic seeds, but needs must. So I bought some radish, some spring onion, some broad beans, they're quick growers, some climbing dwarf beans, and some sweet peppers. All of those I can get planted inside, although the broad beans I will put outside in my pots probably tomorrow. These, in the light of what's going on in the greater world at the moment, I wanted to up the ante with regard to my homegrown crops. I've got, they're all starting to sprout on the windowsill. So we've got the lettuces you saw yesterday coming through, but now the spinach and the kale are coming through, and it's all very exciting. The rock, I don't think the rocket is, which is strange because, you know, you'd have thought that would through. Anyway, so they're growing. I didn't buy any pots, so I only bought the seeds, which are justified. That's a justifiable purchase as far as I'm concerned. So I've bought those. I will plant them this week. They had loads and loads of the little indoor greenhouses and the pots and things you can buy. And I did look at them and I thought, do you know what? No, because I've got yogurt pots and I've got toilet roll inners and I've got all sorts of things at home that we can use to plant these in. Plus I may well get Gary to make me another box. What I'd really like to do is divide one of the raised beds up into a 4-foot square vegetable patch, except it won't be 4-foot square because it's a triangle and it's not that big. So, but we do have a problem with the local cats using it as a litter tray when I plant stuff in there. It was fine when it was all covered in chamomile, but now I'm stripping it out. The cats use it, so I need to work out a way of discouraging that, and then I'll plant up that as well, but I'll talk to Gary about that. So I'm quite excited about that. We eat a lot of salad in the summer, you know, from the spring onwards, so that's going to be good. I will be hoping to get some strawberry plants in as well this year to grow some strawberries. I did grow strawberries, we had loads, and then they were overrun by the chamomile. The chamomile took over everything basically, so that's where I'm at with that. So what else is there? I think that's probably all for now, that little segment. The real favourite is this one. It was a BBC series several years ago. Dick Strawbridge does Escape to the Chateau now. Escape to the Chateau, which I don't really enjoy so much. I loved this series though, absolutely loved this, when they were doing all they could to live a sustainable, self-sufficient life. So that's that. So a lot of waffling. I'm going to leave that for now, and then I'm going to come back in a bit and chat to you about my current knitting works in progress. But for now, I'm going to have a cup of tea and rest my throat. Oh my goodness. It's hard work this, isn't it? She's started on the phone again. I thought I'd come in here to film this bit, seeing as I just filmed, earlier this afternoon, I filmed the book bit in the kitchen. I was very aware that it was a little bit all over the show. I don't think I was terribly articulate, so I apologise. I'm still, sorry, looking outside. I am still struggling a little bit with my cold. My throat was a little bit sore again today, so I was a bit disappointed. So I've tried not to do too much, which is why I have not been filming loads of things. But I did think I'd have a quick run through some whips with you, just to motivate me as well as much as you, because it's hard, isn't it? It's like people say, oh, if I was off sick from work, I'd read all the books, or I'd do all my knitting, or I'd do this. But actually, when it's kind of forced on you, then it's another matter, isn't it? Do you think, do I feel like doing it? Yeah, I feel like doing it. And although I'm not generally out places, because I'm at home, obviously, most days, I've been doing other stuff. My head isn't focused enough to sit down and do loads of knitting. So I'm hopefully going to change that a bit. I'd love to do some kind of knit along with all of you, or a make along with everyone out there who watches my small but very special, important ladies. I think mostly, but if there's any gentlemen, yes. It would be nice if we could do something, wouldn't it? I mean, I'm with you for the next 19 days, so, and quite a few of you say that you watch whilst you're having your morning coffee or tea or whatever, so it would be nice to do something, whether we could do something all the same. If anybody's got any ideas, it can't be anything too for long because we don't want to commit ourselves to stuff. But even something as simple as a single skein project along or something that we could share. Yeah, I don't know. Have a think on that. In the meantime, I've been trying to tidy up and I came across this, which I don't think I've shown you this yet. Oh, hang on, I've got a sock blocker here. Because in my usual totally prepared way, I have got a half object here. Sorry, did I just hit you on the head with that, Henry? Sorry. Between you and me, I've just eaten some chocolate cake and I feel a little bit nauseous. It was lovely, but I had too much. Right, so this is, oh, hang on, the bunny. This is my gingerbread sock. It's Mr. B's yarn, John and Claire. So on Etsy, they're Bird Street UK. But I bought this obviously before Christmas, took it to New York. I don't know if you remember. And what I did is, I think I saw, might have been Jules who'd done this similar pattern to this. But I just did a vanilla sock, but then I did 4 garter stitches on each side, just to give it a bit of interest. And then I put a, what's that called, this toe? I don't know, but it's got so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 decreases, so it comes in into a point, and I really like that toe actually, that style. And then a twisted rib in the contrasting mini. I think Claire sent me this with the yarn as a little present. So Claire, I know Becky watches this. Becky, if Claire doesn't watch this, give her another big thank you for me, won't you? I did the Fish Lips Kiss Heel, and I kept it in the main colourway. And actually I really like that impact, I really like that. But I put it down and I didn't pick up I haven't cast on the second sock. So I think I need to cast on the second sock. I have it here. And to be honest, I'm working on I call it the liner sock because I can't think of the name, the toy sock. Sorry, there's people talking outside and that threw me. But that's following a chart, so it's not something I can sit down and do just willy-nilly. So actually having this would be great. Right, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm putting it out there. You can all hold me accountable to this. So that's that one. I've also got the other ones I cast on in December, which are the Cocoon Socks by Mina Phillip. But these are patterned socks, but it's gorgeous yarn. That's it, plain, because Mina doesn't put the pattern on the other side. And you'll see I've done these toe up. I just thought I'd mix it up a bit because I could do either or. I think that is, honey, come here then. That is so pretty. Look at this, I look at these and I think, why am I not finishing these? Especially this one, because I'm doing them concurrently. I store the yarn ball in the sock to keep it from tangling. So this one I've actually done the foot and the heel. So that's why I'm working on the other one, to get it to the same point. I don't like knitting 2 at a time socks. I have done it before and it just, didn't enjoy that. So I've got those. I need to finish these, don't I? Perhaps that's what we need to do. Perhaps we need to do a finish up the whips thing. Love this bag. So that's those. Oh no, I've got another pair of socks. This makes me look really awful, doesn't it? And again, I've knit the first one. I've finished the first one. This is a DK pair. And let's put this on, another sock. So this is a sock pattern by Helen Stewart, which was one of her knit vent patterns. I mean, they're quite long, and it's oh, it's all twisted, but you get the gist. And that's in DK yarn, and that's a super squishy sock, and that yarn is from my dear friend Emily Yarnberry, and that's her Tea with Tumnus colourway. So I've done that, and I've cast on that second one. I know why I stopped this, because again, it was a pattern that I had to concentrate on, because it's kind of a broken rib really, but just a little bit more involved. But there you go. So that's 3 pairs of socks I'm into all for that I have to finish, as well as the knit along sock that I'm doing, that I recently cast on. Excuse me. There you go. The only other thing, I'm knitting obviously the Rosa cardigan, which is coming. I'm struggling on that though. I'm on the body. It's only a fairly short cardigan. I've done half the body. So I'm playing with Henry's ears while we're talking. That's what my hands are doing down here. But the rows just seem so long, and it's strange because it's no longer than any other sweater I would have done. Quite possibly though, because it's not in the round, so I'm having to purl, which slows me down considerably. I don't purl anywhere near as fast as I knit, but I'm chugging away at it, a few rows a day when we sit down in the evenings. And then the other project I had that I was going great guns, but I paused because I decided to do the Rosa cardigan, is the Dirty Lace Shawl by Libby Johnson, Truly Myrtle, which is rather beautiful. It's knit on the bias, so this corner, it goes like that, like a parallelogram, and I'm up to the striping with the darker colour. Can you see that? Oh, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Now that is a pattern that I have to concentrate on, which is why I put that down at the moment. I need to pick these up. See, it's really good. Thank you, because I'm now getting all inspired to get on with these again. I was a bit lost my way a bit. Also with, you know, when you start doing other stuff like the quilting. Oh, I've lost my head now. So yeah, I need to get on with that too. I am motivated. Thank you. You're all so lovely. I'm gonna get really soppy now, but you're all so lovely. The messages I get and the comments mean the world to me. It's because it is quite hard, especially at the moment with all the newsy stuff going on. Honey, can you just give us a minute? Honey. Please, if I take it away from her, she'll just pester me. Can you? No. I like to remain positive about it all. I think that it will pass, and I think it will give us all a chance to regroup and maybe refocus a little bit. I have very, very strong feelings about that actually, that go hand in hand with my faith, my Christian faith. But regardless of what you feel, I really am sending my love out to you all. And I love this little community we've got going here. I can't quite imagine why you would all want to come and continue. You know, the kind of the views, if you like, are all pretty much consistent throughout these every day. And I really, you know, I value it. It's lovely to have you to talk to. I can't show Gary this one because he'll go, yeah, you're being all soppy. But me and Henry, night time, daytime, night time, daytime. Oh, they're so good. I had a bath earlier today and he had to come in the bathroom with me. Yes. No, you didn't, did you? You didn't even get up when I got up this morning. No. So anyway, enough of my waffle today. It is nice to get your encouragement. So I do hope that I can bring just a little bit. See, Henry's gone over my lap. He's now got the bone. I do hope I can bring a little bit of relative normality, it's my normality anyway, into your life. Bit of crafting, bit of this, bit of that. I will rewatch my sustainability bit, my book review. I apologise again if it's a bit wordy-ficated. Tomorrow I am going out. I have got a hair appointment and I rang the hairdresser today and said, what should we do about this? As she assured me that they are sterilising everything every hour or so, taking all precautions. None of the older people are coming to the salon now, and I don't know, I feel some kind of sense of loyalty to try and support her if possible. So I am going to go out to have my hair done. And yes, because also I didn't mention my quilting classes have been postponed, and the knitting class I was due to start leading on Thursday, and the Weight Watchers classes have been cancelled. So the only thing I've got going on this week is going out to have my hair done tomorrow, which is, it's nice. It'll be good to get out. Hopefully get the dogs out on or one of the dogs out on a walk again tomorrow. Hannah's at home all the time now, so she'll be taking probably this one out. Oh, she's soppy. But thanks for spending time with me. Don't let it get you down. Don't let it get you down. We've been through hard stuff before. And remember, all these precautions are just that, they're precautions. Many people have had or will have the coronavirus and not even realise it. It's just those more susceptible few that we're all protecting, isn't it? And, you know, as I said yesterday, God is in his heaven and watching over all of us. So from our flappy ears here and bone chewer down here, and from me, I would say a very good evening. Are you going to say good? No, he's just going to clean himself now. I better get the oven on ready for Gary's dinner, and I will see you all tomorrow.